Am I on their mind? How are they feeling? Have they been thinking about you? Do they still have feelings about you? What have they been thinking? Are you on their mind? Welcome back to Hope Tarot Daily. My name is Angie. I'm a tarot card reader from England. This tarot reading is between you, the universe, and your intuition. It's completely up to you if you claim it or not. And it's timeless. It's relevant from the moment you come into contact with it. So we want to know, are you on their mind? Are they thinking about you right now? Have they been thinking about you? Do they still have feelings? All of the things. Going to split the deck into four elements, 4 seasons. Most importantly, for angels, offering us a circle of protection. So we can give and receive all of these messages with an open heart and an open mind. Going to pull 3 cards. Let's see what we got. The Ten of Wands. Lots of responsibility. If you ever wonder what decks I use, on my website I have a page where I've got photos of all the decks I use with the names so that you can have a look around the internet and put them on your wish list or buy them or anything you want to do. We've got the Judgment card, we've got the Ten of Wands, then we've got the Ten of Coins reversed. Family arguments about money, or maybe even disagreements with you about money. Maybe they owe you money. Maybe they're worried about owing you money. Maybe there's some kind of financial thing coming in hard here. And it's them, but it's other people's money. It's either your money, their need for money, their need for a better job, family arguments about money for them in general. The Judgment card in the middle is indicating, yeah, they think about you. You're on their mind, of course. If they've borrowed money off you, or they're kind of feeling like they need to, but they don't want to, there's a lot of shame around it. There's a lot of bad feelings for them about it. They're not proud of it. They worry about it. It's almost like there's a shame of they've got themselves in a bit of a situation. So there's that. There's quite a lot there. If this is your reading, you know what I'm talking about. The Ten of Wands, no matter how hard they work, there's people around them they can't keep happy ever. And they really take that negatively. And they carry that around with them. So when they get in a difficult situation financially like they are at the moment, they feel judged. It makes them feel terrible about themselves. And it feels like an honest overlook. If they've asked you if they can borrow money, or if you've even lent them money, they're not going to be able to pay you back and they feel really bad about it. Eventually they will pay you back. Eventually they'll be good for it. But in the short term, there's a massive... their self-esteem and everything's really low on this. If they haven't yet asked you, make sure you only... And then if they haven't yet asked you, they're going to ask you for some financial support. Only lend them money if you don't need it back in the next year. If you need that money, don't give it to them. Tell them, your money's tied up or whatever. And they'll be okay with that. But also have a little backup plan of, well, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Maybe they could sell some of their stuff, help them realize they're not in it on their own, even though financially you might not want to help, but you can help in other ways of, well, how can you raise the money? What can we do? I don't think they've ever had anyone around them before that's a partnership. It feels like even within their family, I'm getting so much out of this. It's like, wow, okay, all of these messages. If you're a daily watcher and this is yours, let me know in the comments. But they've never felt in a partnership before, even if they've got a big family and everything. It feels like they've always felt like the outsider or judged by everyone. Not good enough, not worthy, not all of this. It feels like right from a young age, they felt they had to stand on their own 2 feet. So what's going on for them right now brings a lot of shame for them. So there's that. I'm going to pull some zodiac signs to give you connection to the reading, or extra connection or depth within a circle of protection. And then I'm going to pull some letters as well. Let's see what we've got. We have a Pisces. We have Pisces and a bit of cat fluff. You can tell she's been grooming on my table again. There's lights up here. So when she's sat here grooming, it's like she's on a stage, grooming parlour, little Miss Nosy Rosie. We have a Gemini and Pisces. They've never had anyone work as part of a team with them before, and they've caught up in their massive big feelings. We have an O coming full circle. We have an M, and we also have a W. If any of them mean anything, let me know in the comments. I'm going to pull a 9-card spread with the Oracle cards because I think we need it. They've got a lot of worries and everything. The Two of Pentacles has joined us from the deck that's stacked on my table. They need to make financial choices and decisions. It's almost like their finances are causing so much stress for them they can barely think of anything else. But they've never felt that someone's been on their side before, and they definitely feel that you're on their side. They've now just got to surrender, don't they? They now need to know that it's okay to lean on people, lean on you, you know. But again, I'm going to say, only do what you're able to do. Don't burn yourself out for anyone else. Don't make yourself skint for anyone else. Always make sure you've got what you need. And again, when they ask you for money, kind of accept it's going to be a while before you get it back. You will get it back at some point. So let's do a 9-card spread. I'm going to split the deck into 4. An emotional loss. They're feeling a lot of shame. If you want to support the channel for nothing, just put a like on the video. It helps put us into the algorithm and the community to grow. Positive movement forward and shadow. It's the way they've been brought up to do with money that's causing them the most amount of stress and pain at the moment. I've got a feeling within the next 4 weeks, the both of you are going to have a massive heart-to-heart. They're going to tell you a whole load of stuff that they've never told anyone. And it's going to give you that moment of, oh, I get it. I get it. And it's going to enable the both of you to move forward together. And it's going to enable both of you to leave baggage behind in the past. Because it feels like sometimes, you know, when they're struggling, you then go into this mindset of, oh, they're going to leave me just like everyone else. They're not talking to me because they hate me. They don't want to be around. They're just coming up with excuses and reasons why they're just dumping me. They're not. They're struggling with what's going on inside of them. And it feels like there's going to be a moment in the next 4 weeks where you both just have that massive shift of, they're going to tell you stuff and it's going to make sense to you. And it's going to help you to leave something behind, that fear of, do you know what? They're not leaving you. They're just trying to learn to rely on someone or be vulnerable. And right now they feel very vulnerable. Stand your ground. They're not going anywhere. To do with your connection, they're not going anywhere. Wisdom. Yeah, that feels nice. And then conflict and defeat. There's going to be a big family argument for them. And they know it's coming. We've got 555, a midway point, you know, being at that crossroads, having to make choices and decisions. They're in the process of disconnecting from family. I don't know if they know that that's happening, but it's almost like the conversation that you're both going to have is going to unlock something in them and make them realise they're not the problem. It's the way they were brought up. their parents, their family, their attitudes in their culture to do with money in their society, or whatever it is. It's that's brought the shame on. Everyone struggles every now and again, and there's no shame in struggling, and there's no shame in saying, hey, I'm struggling right now, I need some help. There's no shame in that. But for whatever reason, they've been brought up in a world where there is, and there shouldn't. And it's unlocking and unprogramming that for them. And it feels like you're going to be a big part of it. And in the process of it, it helps you unprogram a lot of stuff in you as well. Because it does feel like maybe you've both had different kinds of upbringings where you've been in more of an environment of it's okay to talk about feelings, it's okay to say when you're struggling, it's okay. And they've been more in a, no, we're not allowed to talk about any of that ever, you've got to be okay, and that's the end of that. And it's like you're both bringing something good. They're showing you how to let go of fear, but you're showing them how being vulnerable isn't actually that scary. It's a good quality to have, and it can bring people closer together. The wisdom card feels like the both of you learning a lot from one another, standing your ground. Then they're not going to let you go. I know sometimes it probably feels like they're pulling away, but it's not to do with you. It's to do with their overthinking and the conflict and defeat. They're going to have a big argument, or they're just going to disconnect from their past. And it's been a long time coming. Yeah, they've been trapped in fear for too long, but I think there's something within you that's been trapped in fear as well. You're scared that they're going to leave you, that they're finding an excuse to go and they're never going to come back. They're scared of opening up because you're going to leave them. It feels like two very vulnerable people in totally different vulnerabilities. Just learn to lean on each other a bit. Seeing the light, that's really nice. So nice. And then making a sacrifice to move forward, and it's letting go of the past so the both of you can move forward together. It feels like a ta-da moment. It does feel like, some people call it, when we have that big breakthrough with someone, both trauma dump. Like, this is everything I've ever been through. This is everything you've ever been through. This is who we are. How do we move forward from here? I don't like the term trauma dump. It's just that massive, this is who I am moment of complete honesty and saying, this is who I am, do you still like me? And they're like, yeah, I still like you a lot. And both of you wanted to work it forward and doing that shadow work, but not in like, sometimes when we do shadow work, we sit down and do the shadow work, but no, this is one that's going to be done accidentally or inadvertently, and it's just going to happen. There's not going to be like this acknowledgement of, okay, we're doing shadow work. No, you're just going to get this sense of the past is the past. The future's where we're going. Are you on their mind? Yeah. They're full of worry at the moment, but they're not going to let you go anywhere. The both of you are just warriors. But I think you're going to bring a lot of change to each other, and it feels really good. And I'm just sat here smiling because if you can get through this rocky phase together and fall into the rhythm of one another, this is a beautiful connection. But it's getting to that point, isn't it, without either one of you bailing, without either one of you getting scared and running off. I think it's going to take time, and you get there. It's not going to be easy, but you're going to have that moment, that breakthrough moment. And then it feels like, hey, we made it. We're going to be okay, actually. And falling into that confidence with one another and that trust and that unit and the two of you against the world. I had that in another reading recently. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap you in a massive bubble of protection so your angels take you on your way. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I do private readings. They're available from my website. If you watch my videos quite a lot, you don't really need a private reading. The more you watch, the more messages come through. Sometimes it's the whole reading. Sometimes it's part of the reading. I do get emails of people going, oh my goodness, I found your channel by accident, and the last 6 readings have really resonated with me and really helped me work out this thing, and I just feel so much better. If you only ever watch one of my readings and take something good from it, I am so happy. I'm grateful. If you watch every day, I am so, so grateful. So today's affirmation is, I'm not scared. I am not scared. If you put that in the comments, I will know that you made it right to the end of the reading. If you're a daily watcher, I don't even know where Rosie is right now. But this morning when I was making breakfast, she was doing that thing that cats chew on grass. So she was at the bottom of the garden, chewing on the grass. I can never work out if she's cleaning her teeth on it or just taking the water off it. And then she started puking, and I was just like, no. So I closed the blinds. She's just doing that furball thing. I'm like, my goodness, you've just literally made yourself sick. So great. That's fantastic. And cats are just great, aren't they? Although I'm glad it wasn't in my bedroom or anywhere. This one night a couple of years ago, I got into bed, got really cozy. It was a really cold night. She was in my bedroom, and I'm deaf. So at night I can't hear anything. I take my hearing aids out, I can't hear a thing. And I knew she was on my windowsill. It suddenly had this waft, this smell of cat sick come across my face, and I'm like, oh no. So I go up, put the lights on, and she'd been sick the whole way, massive fur ball with a bit of mouse fluff in it up the windowsill. And I had to get out of bed in the freezing cold and clear it all up, and she was just sat there looking really proud of herself. For yeah, she feels much better. It was gross, honestly. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow.